Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your five senses work. Help this strength is good. What? What's up, gamers? Okay, listen, Competitive Market Authority (CMA). You tried to use that same argument that the FTC used by saying that the Nintendo Switch can't run Call of Duty. Nice try. You tried to use Nintendo as a scapegoat and a guinea pig. Nice try. Okay. Remember, we had a console called the Wii U that can run Call of Duty, and we had a console called the Wii that can run Call of Duty. Yeah, but anyway, let's do this. Listen to this. Nintendo Switch isn't technically capable of running Call of Duty well, CMA argues. The Nintendo fan base had a console called the Wii. It had Call of Duty World at War, Modern Warfare 4, Modern Warfare I think 3, and Black Ops. And then the DS had Modern Warfare 2. But then there was the Wii U now that had Black Ops 2 and Ghost. And then the Call of Duties on the Nintendo Wii, which was on a 700 megahertz system with an 8 gig of storage CD. Those games, they needed to be moved over to the Wii U, take full advantage of the hardware, get all the missing content and update, and have the same functionality and utilization as Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Ghost. CMA, who are you trying to fool out here? Yeah, this is Chris you talking to. But anyway, let's get into this. Says here, the CMA blocked the Microsoft Activision merger earlier today. Says here, the Competition and Market Authority in the UK say it has seen no evidence to suggest that Call of Duty can run well on Nintendo Switch. I made a video earlier, and like I said before in the earlier video, I'm going to say it again. And no disrespect to the FTC or the CMA or the UK. But you guys don't want to see me in court. You wouldn't want to see the likes of me in court over this situation. Don't get me started. Anyway, says here on April 26th, wait a minute, says here, the Competition and Market Authority in the UK say it has seen no evidence to suggest that Call of Duty can run well on Nintendo Switch. On April 26th, the CMA blocked Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard and published its final report on the acquisition. In its finding, the CMA discussed Microsoft's deal to put Call of Duty on Nintendo consoles for 10 years, once again reiterates everyone concerned about how well FPS game would actually run on Nintendo Switch. And this all goes back to why I defended the Wii U in the first place when I told you guys the Nintendo Switch should have never been built. Now, who out there say I don't know video games? Try me. But anyway, says here in the final report, the CMA writes, COD is currently available on 2 gaming consoles, Xbox and PlayStation. We found that these consoles competes closely with each other in terms of content, target audience, and console technology. And that was the same argument that the FTC used earlier. Remember? CMA, you're not fooling anybody here. But anyway, let me keep going here. It says here, the report continues, we found that Nintendo consoles compete less closely with either of Xbox or PlayStation, generally offering consoles with different technical specification, and with its most popular titles tending to be more family and child friendly. But yeah, there is also adult games on the Wii and on the Wii U and on the Switch. And this goes perfectly well with my argument. why the Nintendo Switch should have never been built. I said it from day one. Nintendo had the answer right in front of their face. Just refresh the console and keep on using it. You had the best of both worlds. And I defended the Wii U from day one. I haven't took my foot off the gas. And this article makes me look good. Yup. Anyway, like I said before, man, the Switch should have never been built. But anyway, says here, Nintendo does not currently offer COD, and we have seen no evidence to suggest that its console would be technically capable of running a version of COD that is similar to those in Xbox and PlayStation in terms of quality of gameplay and content. The CMA concludes. It says, this isn't the first time the UK regulators has made this kind of statement about Microsoft Nintendo deal. Last month, in its provisional finding, the CMA expressed its doubt that Call of Duty can run on the Nintendo Switch without financial investment and compromise on graphical quality or the use of cloud gaming solutions. They're trying to use Nintendo as a scapegoat and a guinea pig. It says here, and as we've seen before, Nintendo Switch Cloud versions games currently don't guarantee stellar performance. In case you were wondering, Microsoft has said Call of Duty will run like you would expect it on Nintendo Switch. And given the struggles of other AAA ports on the console, that isn't super encouraging. And we got anything else here? Anything else? Come on, Games Radar. I think that's the end of the article. Now, for years I have been defending the Wii U. For years. For months, days, weeks, and even years. In every video I made about the Wii U, I throw it at the Nintendo fan base, and I was telling people why the Switch should have never been built. I warned you guys. And when the Switch came out, the Nintendo fan base tried to get on a excitement train and saying the Switch was all this and all that. But then Valve came out with the Steam Deck and said we could not find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run, and kill whatever momentum the Switch was having. And I said to everybody, the Nintendo Switch should have never been built. You have the Wii U. It's the answer to your gaming needs, problems, desires, and wants. All you got to do is build a tablet that's powerful as you want it, build a console as powerful as you want it, fix the signal strength, and put some more storage space on that CD. And keep using the Wii U. I am the only person on YouTube that defended the Wii U from day one. And I told you, the Switch should have never been built, and I stand on it till this very day. But now the CMA now, they are trying to use the same argument that the FTC used earlier when this whole case started. They were saying that the only two consoles that are on the market that are capable of running Call of Duty is Xbox and PlayStation. But what they're forgetting, that Call of Duty, they say they have seen no evidence. But there was the 3DS that had Call of Duty. There was the Wii that had Call of Duty. And they had the Wii U. And I try to tell everybody from day one. You had people telling me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Who's laughing now? The Wii U was the answer to the Nintendo fan base problems. If Nintendo would have just put some power in the system and stop being so focused on sales numbers, then the FTC and the CMA don't have an argument. The Steam Deck right now is running on full power, and it can run Call of Duty. And it's using 16 gigs of RAM. DDR5 that is. But the Nintendo Switch is only using 4. Nintendo should have stayed with the Wii U. I gave you guys so many scenarios, so many scenarios, so many scenarios why the Switch should have never been built. So what the CMA and the FTC is doing now is using Nintendo as a scapegoat and a guinea pig in this Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger. Now, who out there on YouTube trying to tell me I don't know video games? Power and specs matters in video games. You need a powerful handheld to run video games. You need a powerful console to run video games. The answer to the Nintendo fan base needs was right in front of their face. It was the Wii U, and everybody else that made videos on the Wii U and said it didn't stand a chance, it don't stand a chance, they don't know what they're talking about. Because they had a handheld and console in one, and the Wii U was complete. You had a controller, you had a docking station for it, you had the tablet, you had the console. And based on how it's built, you can take the same specs of the Steam Deck and put it in the Wii U's tablet and put it in the Wii U's console. All of it. Both. Handheld and console. That's how good the Nintendo fans had it. When they went against it and went and built the Switch, that was the biggest mistake. That was the biggest mistake they just made. The biggest mistake they just made. That was the biggest mistake they just made. The biggest mistake they just made. They should have never built the Switch. From day one, I was telling you, the Nintendo Switch should have never been built. From day one. From day one, I told you guys. Ever since I've been talking about the Wii U. And I realized how valuable and important that console is in today's time is. I told all of you, the Switch should have never been built. And now the FTC and the CMA now is using the Switch as a scapegoat and a guinea pig right now in their argument against Microsoft over the Activision Blizzard merger. I warned all of you about this. I warned you. And I try to tell you. Nintendo should have never built the Switch. When they built the Switch, they went backwards. They fell off. They went down a road that they should have never went. We already went. People in the earlier Nintendo days know what I'm talking about. When we were on the 8-bit Nintendo road, the SNES road, we weren't gaming. When we were on the 64, the GameCube, and the Wii, we weren't gaming. When we got to the Wii U, now we're gaming because now functionality and utilization comes into play. And the Wii U had it, so the Wii U just needs some power. And all Nintendo had to do was put some power in the system and keep on using it. But now the CMA and the FTC is using the Switch as a scapegoat and a guinea pig in their argument with Microsoft. So if Microsoft loses this Activision Blizzard merger, it will be because of Nintendo. Do you understand this now? If Microsoft loses this Activision Blizzard merger, it will be because of Nintendo. And you're like, how? And you're sitting there like, how? Because they don't build powerful consoles and they don't build powerful consoles, man. They don't. For years I said, man, look, the Switch should have never been built. I've been saying this from day one. And now the CMA in the UK is trying to use the Nintendo Switch as a scapegoat and a guinea pig in their arguments against Microsoft. That's what they're doing right now. Just saying, man. When it comes to this video game stuff, man, Power and specs matters, man. The Switch cannot compete with the likes of the Steam Deck, the ANEO, the One X, the GPD, the Asus ROG Ally, and the OXO. The Switch cannot compete on a technical level, man. That's why they were missing out on games like Star Wars, all that. They were missing out on a whole bunch of games because of that. And it has came back to haunt them now. When they were talking about the Nintendo Switch 2, they pulled it back because they saw what the competition was coming with. And it goes back now to the Wii U, like, dude, you had both handheld and consoles. Like, what? You need to keep using this. Put some power in both and keep using it. But they was like, nope. So now the CMA and the UK, the CMA, the UK, and the FTC now is using the same argument against the Switch. Just saying, man. Just saying. So, yeah. Power and specs matters in this video game industry, man. Power and specs matters in this video game industry. It does, man. And from day one, I have been defending this. I told you, the Switch should have never been built. I told everybody. And people were just like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And now the CMA in the UK is using Nintendo to stop the Microsoft Activision merger. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek board, Dark Side. Go. Peace.